Jay know about what he did to Aaliyah?
Did he know that everybody knew R. Kelly married Aaliyah at 15? Everybody knew that. So was the conversation had like, yo, how you gonna go and do something with this dude? Hell yeah, that conversation was had. The fact that Jay was f***ing with him is what used to blow my mind more than anything. I don't know why he wants to f*** with this guy so much.
Like, people on a certain level have been f***ing with him a certain way where he couldn't do no wrong for like 25 years straight. This is the first time he's not getting a pass with white media.
Jay-Z is being accused of a minor along with Diddy at a MTV VMAs after party back in 2000.
Dame Dash has finally broken his silence, and what he revealed about Jay-Z's ties to R. Kelly and Diddy might just shatter the image of one of hip-hop's biggest moguls.
Did you know about what he did to Aaliyah?
Did he know that everybody knew R. Kelly married Aaliyah at 15? Everybody knew that. So was the conversation had like, yo, how you gonna go and do something with this dude? Hell yeah, that conversation was had.
Could it really be true that Jay-Z knowingly worked with R. Kelly despite his dark history? And what about his close friendship with Diddy? Does that raise even more questions about Jay-Z's character?
You can't tell me Jada see a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. No. You can't tell me, you want to tell me that working on that album that he ain't never seen no come in the vicinity?
From collaborating on the best of both worlds to facing new allegations that link him to a history of silence and complicity, Jay-Z's past is catching up to him. And as if things couldn't get any messier, Jay-Z's connections with Diddy are under scrutiny, with mounting accusations of SA and misconduct surrounding both men.
Jay-Z is being accused of a minor along with Diddy at a MTV VMAs after party back in 2000.
How deep does this go? And is there more to Jay-Z and R. Kelly's connection than just business? Let's start with the most controversial. Dame Dash didn't just hint. He outright confirmed that Jay-Z ignored the red flags about R. Kelly. According to Dame, this wasn't just bad judgment. It was a betrayal of everything Jay-Z claimed to stand for, especially considering Aaliyah's tragic history with Kelly. Dame Dash has said repeatedly that his love for Aaliyah is what led him to cut ties with Jay-Z. But why didn't Jay feel the same way?
I think the fact that Jay was f***ing with him is what used to blow my mind more than anything. I don't know why he wants to f*** with this guy so much.
But here's where it gets even darker. Nas, in a recently resurfaced interview, accused Jay-Z of knowing exactly what R. Kelly was doing. Nas suggested that everyone in the industry was aware of Kelly's predatory behavior, and yet Jay-Z still went on to collaborate with him, not once, but twice. This raises a chilling question. How much did Jay-Z know, and why did he choose to look the other way?
You can't tell me Jada see a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. No. You can't tell me, you want to tell me that working on that album that he ain't never seen no 14-year-old girl come in the vicinity?
And then there's Diddy. Jay-Z has always been close to Diddy, a man now accused of horrific acts by multiple women.
As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire's lunch. Yeah. You understand?
Right.
And we here together, and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. That's right. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand.
Some are questioning whether Jay-Z's silence on these matters reflects more than just loyalty. Could it suggest complicity? I mean, birds of a feather flock together, right? Well, let's dive deep into Dame Dash's revelations, Nas's claims, and the troubling connections between three of hip-hop's biggest names. Because trust me, this story is just getting started. Dame Dash and Jay-Z's fallout has been a well-known story for years, but recent interviews have shed light on the deeper issues behind their rift. According to Dame, one of the major reasons for their falling out was Jay-Z's decision to collaborate with R. Kelly. Despite Kelly's troubling history with Aaliyah, someone Dame deeply cared for.
Did Jay know about what he did to Aaliyah?
Did he know that everybody knew R. Kelly married Aaliyah at 15? Everybody knew that. So was the conversation had like, yo, how you gonna go and do something with this dude? Hell yeah, that conversation was had.
For Dame, this wasn't just about business, it was personal. He saw Jay-Z's decision as a betrayal of trust and values. In interviews, Dame has implied that Jay-Z's willingness to overlook Kelly's past wasn't about ignorance, but a choice driven by greed. Dame suggested that Jay-Z prioritized profit over principles, accusing him of turning a blind eye to something horrific just to chase a check. But was it really all about the money? Or is there a darker side to this story that hasn't been fully uncovered? It turns out the situation may have been more complex than it seemed. While the collaboration between Jay-Z and R. Kelly on albums like The Best of Both Worlds was massively successful, it was also riddled with controversy. You see, before marrying Beyoncé, Jay-Z was rumored to have pursued Aaliyah, creating tension between him and Dame Dash. Could jealousy and rivalry have played a role in the events leading up to Aaliyah's death?
Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know, but it never worked out for them. So that was like the big deal, like who could get with Aaliyah.
The princess of urban pop was a music icon who made waves from an early age. Her career kicked off when she was just 10 years old, and by the time she released her debut hit Age, Ain't Nothing But a Number, she was already on her way to stardom. Her smooth vocals, magnetic stage presence, and ability to blend R&B with urban beats made her a standout. But tragically, on August 25, 2001, the world lost Aaliyah far too soon, along with all the promise and talent she carried.
Only 22 years old, this pop sensation was a popular singer. She was an actress in some movies recently, even a Grammy nominee. Tonight, her family is in mourning. Fans asking, why her? She was on a small plane heading to Florida from the Bahamas, where she was shooting a music video.
The news of her death sent shockwaves through the industry. Friends, collaborators, and fans alike were heartbroken, struggling to come to terms with the fact that someone so gifted was gone so suddenly.
Sweetest person you can know, very intelligent. She knew what she was about and she knew what she wanted to do.
Aaliyah was my best friend. She was a beautiful person on the inside and out. And I'm just shocked.
But as details of the accident came out, it became clear this wasn't just a straightforward tragedy. The circumstances were unusual, even suspicious. The plane went down shortly after takeoff in what should have been perfect flying conditions. Investigators later revealed that all 6 people on board lost their lives. But what raised eyebrows the most? The pilot was found to be under the influence, and reports suggested Aaliyah herself might have been drugged. As more layers of the story unfolded, suspicions grew. One name repeatedly came up in connection to Aaliyah's final moments: Hype Williams, the director of her last music video, Rock the Boat. Originally, the video was planned to use green screens and underwater shots in Miami, but Williams made a sudden decision to move the shoot to the Bahamas. Why such a drastic change in plans? Why not stick to Miami's beaches, which would have been just as scenic and far more convenient? Fans have been asking the same questions. Many believe this move wasn't just random, but part of something more calculated. Even those closest to Aaliyah have raised concerns. Her fiancé at the time, Damon Dash, spoke about her unease with the flight in an interview. He shared a chilling detail about her reluctance to board the plane that would ultimately crash. Dash wasn't the only one to call out the suspicious circumstances. Aaliyah's fans, always loyal and protective of her legacy, dug deeper into what happened. Another unsettling claim: Lenny Kravitz had reportedly offered Aaliyah a private jet for the trip, but somehow Hype Williams ended up using that jet for himself. Aaliyah was left to board the smaller, less safe plane that ultimately crashed. One fan summed up the frustration and heartbreak, writing, "Listen to an interview with Dame Dash. He said Aaliyah didn't want to get on that plane. Lenny Kravitz offered her a private jet to take instead. Hype Williams took the jet instead of her and had her take that little plane that ended up crashing, SMH." Now, in addition to all this, there are 3 names which have been constantly mentioned in relation to Aaliyah's demise: Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and R. Kelly. For context, Aaliyah's rise to fame started early, with her debut album Age Ain't Nothing But a Number releasing when she was just 15. But behind the success was a troubling connection to R. Kelly, the album's producer. Rumors of a romantic relationship followed them, despite Aaliyah's attempts to keep things private. In interviews, she called their bond close, but denied anything romantic, brushing off claims they had secretly married. The rumors intensified when Vibe magazine published a copy of their marriage certificate, showing the pair had wed in August 1994. The certificate falsely listed Aaliyah's age as 18. She was only 15, while Kelly was 27. Her parents quickly annulled the marriage in 1995, but the scandal left a lasting mark. Both denied the marriage, but Kelly's former tour manager later admitted to forging documents, claiming the marriage was prompted by Aaliyah's alleged pregnancy. Aaliyah distanced herself from the controversy as she grew older. In a 1997 lawsuit, she confirmed she had lied about her age and requested all records of the marriage be erased. Publicly and privately, she refused to talk about Kelly, describing him only as a bad man to her boyfriend Damon Dash. The 2019 documentary Surviving R. Kelly reignited interest in their relationship, with witnesses alleging inappropriate behavior by Kelly. During his trial in 2021, Aaliyah's marriage became a key focus, highlighting her exploitation. Kelly was ultimately convicted of multiple crimes, including child exploitation, and sentenced to 30 years in prison. While Kelly's crimes were exposed, other names in the industry also came under scrutiny. Damon Dash, co-founder of Rockefeller Records and Aaliyah's partner before her tragic death, has openly criticized his former business partner, Jay-Z, for working with Kelly. During an interview on the That's F It Up podcast, Dash expressed frustration over Jay-Z's decision to collaborate with Kelly despite the allegations. Reflecting on Kelly's conviction, Dash said, "I think he's where he belongs," hinting that he had firsthand knowledge of how Kelly hurt Aaliyah.
Yeah, I think he's where he belongs. I mean, I know Aaliyah, so I know what he did. I can't be objective.
When asked if he ever confronted R. Kelly about how he treated Aaliyah, Damon Dash shared that Aaliyah herself had begged him to leave it alone completely. Even when they appeared in the same music video, she made sure there would be no confrontations or shared scenes with R. Kelly. But let's get into the tea. Damon was seriously uncomfortable when Jay-Z decided to collaborate with R. Kelly on the Best of Both Worlds. Imagine knowing the truth about R. Kelly and still moving forward with a whole album. Damon didn't want any part of it, saying, "I'm not there as an executive producer. Just don't put my name on that. I don't want no money from that. If it is, put it towards the Aaliyah Foundation." Damon also spilled that both he and Jay-Z were interested in Aaliyah at one point. According to him, Aaliyah wasn't just some casual fling. She was a queen. He described how people in their circle were constantly pursuing her, saying, "Everybody was getting at Aaliyah, bro. The big deal was who could get with her." Apparently, Jay-Z got salty when he realized Damon was making progress. Damon shared how things got a little competitive. "I remember coming downstairs and Jay-Z had this sigh. His friends were teasing him and making jokes. Now here's where it gets deeper. Some people believe Jay-Z's obsession with Aaliyah went far beyond casual interest. It's been rumored that her untimely death was connected to the Illuminati, and Jay-Z might have played a role. You see, Aaliyah was the queen of R&B in her prime, and that kind of influence didn't go unnoticed. Allegedly, the Illuminati tried to recruit her, but she wasn't having it. Refusing the Illuminati isn't just a no, it's a problem. Her rejection may have upset some powerful people, including Jay-Z, who was allegedly under their thumb.
So we were both going hard, and we ended up in the same house, 4th of July. So we were, for some reason, this day...
Wait a minute, you, Jay, and Aaliyah ended up in the same house?
Yeah.
What makes this theory even more suspicious? Around the same time, Jay-Z met Beyonce, who some claim was chosen by the Illuminati to replace Aaliyah. Beyonce was seen as the perfect puppet to carry on the legacy that Aaliyah refused to fulfill. Anyway, according to Nas, Jay-Z wasn't just ignorant. He knew exactly who R. Kelly was and chose to work with him anyway. In a resurfaced interview with Wendy Williams, Nas angrily called out Jay-Z for continuing to work with the singer after rumors continued to spread about Kelly's interest in teenage girls. The year was 2002, and for many hip-hop historians, the time of Nas's and Jay's infamous feud.
Boy, you can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come in the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. No. You can't tell me, you won't sit here and tell me that working on that album, that he ain't never seen no 14-year-old girl come in the vicinity?
This adds even more weight to Dame Dash's decision to distance himself from Jay-Z altogether. Anyway, R. Kelly is not the only P-dater that Jay-Z has been friends with. Now, this is where Diddy comes in. Jay-Z and Diddy have been close collaborators and friends for decades, but recent accusations against Diddy paint a disturbing picture, with women coming forward to accuse Diddy of... Some are wondering if Jay-Z's silence speaks volumes. Could his loyalty to Diddy be another example of turning a blind eye? And it's not just the public asking these questions. Dame Dash has implied that Jay-Z's associations reflect a pattern of prioritizing power and connections over morality. Is this another case of putting business above everything else? The allegations don't stop there. Jay-Z is currently facing accusations of his own, with a Jane Doe claiming he essayed her after a party in 2000. The anonymous accuser said the assault happened after she was driven to an MTV Video Music Awards after party.
I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
The federal lawsuit was originally filed in October 2024 in the Southern District of New York, listing Combs as a defendant. It was refiled last year, December, to include Sean Carter. While his legal team has denied the allegations, the judge's scathing remarks about Jay-Z's aggressive legal tactics have only added fuel to the fire. She claims the assault happened when she was only 13. Despite these serious allegations, both men have strongly denied any wrongdoing. Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, has pointed out inconsistencies in Doe's story, which she acknowledged in a recent interview but still stands by her allegations. Using these inconsistencies as a key argument, Spiro asked the judge to dismiss the case quickly, calling it baseless and frivolous. However, the judge has not granted this request, and the case is moving forward. Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, is a well-known lawyer from Houston. He says he's currently representing over 120 accusers of Sean Combs. In response, Spiro has accused Busby of using extortion tactics to pressure celebrities, including his client, Jay-Z. The judge criticized Spiro's approach, calling out his attempts to attack Busby's character in court documents. She noted that Spiro had filed several motions accusing Busby of misconduct while ignoring court rules himself. In an email to CNN, Busby dismissed these accusations, saying, "The desperate attacks against me are falling flat." The judge ruled that Jane Doe can remain anonymous for now, given the sensitive nature of her allegations. She noted that Doe's claims of being drugged and essayed as a young person are highly personal, and that Busby has said other clients accusing Combs of similar acts have faced threats for speaking out. The judge made it clear this decision could change as the case progresses, particularly during the discovery process when more evidence and testimony are gathered.
Judge writing in a 5-page brief that the Carter's lawyer's relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client.
Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team has dismissed the allegations as publicity stunts. In a statement, they said, "These lawsuits are shameless attempts to pressure celebrities into payouts by spreading lies." Jay-Z's lawyer has also pushed back hard, calling Doe's allegations pure fantasy and saying they expect the case to be dismissed soon. Spiro told reporters, "If the case isn't thrown out, it will fall apart in court." Meanwhile, Jane Doe's attorney, Tony Busby, has taken legal action against Jay-Z's Rock Nation, claiming the company is behind a scheme to discredit his law firm. In a recent lawsuit, Busby alleges that Rock Nation and Jay-Z's legal team at Quinn Emanuel have been working together to pressure his clients into suing him. In his Texas lawsuit, Busby accuses Rock Nation and its legal team of orchestrating a plot to recruit more than 24 of his clients to turn against him. He claims that individuals pretending to be state officials approached his clients, flashing fake badges and offering money to persuade them to file lawsuits against his firm. According to the lawsuit, some clients even provided audio recordings of these alleged interactions, where payments of up to $10,000 were reportedly offered. These operatives were caught red-handed on tape, Busby said in a statement. He added that impersonating a state official and paying people to file false claims are serious crimes in Texas. The lawsuit specifically accuses Rock Nation, Quinn Emanuel, and others involved in what Busby describes as a coordinated effort to undermine his credibility. He claims the timing of these actions is no coincidence, as they occurred shortly after his firm sent a demand letter to Jay-Z's legal team regarding Doe's case. Rock Nation has dismissed Busby's lawsuit as baseless. Tony Busby's latest legal stunt is just another attempt to distract from the real issues, a spokesperson for Rock Nation said. Quinn Emanuel echoed this sentiment, calling the claims frivolous and denying any involvement in the alleged scheme. Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, has been vocal about inconsistencies in Doe's case, stating that her claims lack credibility. He has also requested the court preserve evidence related to what he calls Busby's misconduct in handling the lawsuit. Spiro argues that Doe's story doesn't hold up under scrutiny and has filed a motion to have her complaint dismissed. In response, Busby defended his handling of the case, stating that Doe's allegations were thoroughly vetted by his team, including interviews and a background check. However, he acknowledged that his firm is continuing to review her claims as the case develops. Despite the legal battles and public criticism, Busby remains determined. "We will not be bullied or intimidated," he said. So, why is Dame Dash speaking out now? Some say it's his way of setting the record straight after years of staying quiet. Others believe he's sounding the alarm on an industry that's protected its most powerful players for far too long. Well, one thing is clear, Jay-Z has betrayed Dame Dash more than once. You see, Dame Dash and Jay-Z once seemed inseparable, a powerhouse duo destined to rule the hip-hop industry. Introduced by DJ Clark Kent, their bond started over a shared love of sneakers and evolved into a partnership built on grit, ambition, and a vision for success. Together, they hustled to establish Rockefeller Records, selling CDs from car trunks and building an empire that changed the music landscape forever. Their early success wasn't without struggles. Despite setbacks like failed record deals, they fought their way to a groundbreaking distribution deal, allowing them to launch Jay-Z's career and dominate the charts. Their strategic business moves, including selling a stake in Rockefeller and retaining control of their music, proved them to be industry disruptors. As Jay-Z's fame skyrocketed with hits like Reasonable Doubt and Hard Knock Life, Rockefeller grew into a cultural juggernaut, producing not only music but also fashion through Rocawear and even films under Dash's leadership. Yet, as their empire expanded, cracks in their relationship began to show. Dame Dash, known for his lavish lifestyle and explosive temper, clashed with Jay-Z's growing focus on professionalism and his alliances outside Rockefeller. Employees feared Dash's outbursts, and his decisions, like a proposed $3 million ad campaign for Armadale Vodka, alienated Jay-Z and others. Rumors of their strained partnership intensified, and by 2004, the split was inevitable. The breaking point came when Jay-Z orchestrated a deal that excluded Dash from Rockefeller's future. Despite their agreement to sell the label for $10 million, Jay-Z's promotion to Def Jam president and his retention of the Rockefeller name left Dash blindsided. Artists like Kanye West chose to stay with Jay-Z, further isolating Dash. This betrayal marked the beginning of the end for their friendship and partnership. Dash's subsequent ventures, including a new record label and clothing lines, failed to recapture the success of Rockefeller. By 2009, the man who once lived in opulence found himself bankrupt, a stark contrast to Jay-Z's continued ascent as a billionaire mogul. Dame Dash has made it clear in interviews that he cannot forgive Jay-Z's choices, particularly his betrayal and his willingness to prioritize profit over loyalty. For Dame, the fallout wasn't just about business, it was personal. Today, it's obvious that their paths are permanently divided. Dame Dash would never want to associate with Jay-Z again, not as a friend, a partner, or even an ally. In any case, Dame Dash's revelations have opened up a Pandora's box of questions about Jay-Z, R. Kelly, and Diddy. From turning a blind eye to troubling behaviors to allegations that could shake the industry to its core, one thing is clear: the truth is finally coming to light. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.